I just finished talking to a friend who felt that she was unlovable because of the way her body was shaped. She said that her breasts were too small, her belly was too big. She said, my belly's way more noticeable than my boobs, and my thighs are too big, and my legs are too small, and guys are never going to be ever going to be attracted to me because of the way my body's shaped. And it just really broke my heart because, another thing she said was that people were always telling her it's just in her head. And I didn't want her to think that that's what I was saying, because I get what she's saying, that there's definitely standards out there that are unrealistic for a lot of people. And so I was trying to explain how the documentary The Secret actually really helped me a lot in the past, because it taught me that you actually have to start to see something in yourself first before other people can see it. And sometimes that's really hard to see. There was a time when I weighed almost 300 pounds, and I had grown up I'd been told that I was pretty, and, I just never had a problem with that aspect of my self-esteem until then. And it's even harder sometimes if you're coming from a place where you've been told that. And so I had to really learn to see myself through that emotionally and help my self-esteem stay intact. And I really learned that it really isn't so much about how you look. It's more about your confidence in yourself. And I told my friend that. I was like, one of the tips I've learned along the way is that exercise can go a really long way, because even if it's just walking or going up and down the stairs, because you learn that you learn to appreciate your body more for more than what it just looks like. You learn to rely on yourself and feel good within your body and proud of what you can accomplish. And little by little over the years, I learned, with the help of a lot of counselors and other friends who encouraged me, that you can actually train yourself to change your inner beliefs by how you treat yourself. And I noticed that when I would make myself food, for example, a lot of times I just put it in a bowl or on a plate and, just sort of plop it on there and think, oh, it's just me, nobody else is going to see it. So just put it on there. And then I realized how that contrasted with, like, how I made food for my son when he was little, or how my mom made food for me, and how it would always be arranged really pretty. Like, you put the apple slices on the plate arranged nicely, or you just make it look nice with garnish. You'd season it well and you'd present it like a gift. And so, even though, believe me, this was the last thing I felt like doing, the last thing I felt like I deserved, I started to realize that by doing that simple thing for myself, and lots of other little things, by how I groomed myself, how I treated myself, how I dressed, if I, would painted my nails or did my hair, things that I would have not naturally felt inclined to do, because I didn't, it can be easy when you don't feel attractive to think, well, what does it matter? It's not going to make a difference. But it's more about your mindset and your confidence. And that really, you exude that to other people. And a lot of times that is actually what they are attracted to, even with people who are really beautiful and they seem really, really perfect. A lot of times the quality that's really, really attracting people to them is more their ease with themselves, their confidence, their self-respect. And these are all qualities, I told my friend, that you can actually cultivate within yourself. I asked her, how would you dress, or how would you groom yourself if you did believe that you were attractive? You naturally start to put more care into those little things. And it doesn't not have to be going out of your way with makeup and jewelry if that's not your thing. I've never liked makeup, and you don't have to do that, go all out in that sort of way to meet societal standards to feel attractive. But what I'm talking about is more taking care of yourself. I love natural things, so I rely on things like frankincense, is really great for your skin. Or a lot of times feelings of low self-esteem can come from trauma too. I've been through trauma, so I really understand what that feels like. And so there are things you can do about that as well, naturally. One of the best essential oils for that I've used is bergamot. It's called the oil of self-acceptance because it can help you work through feelings of despair, low self-esteem, self-judgment, unlovableness, hopelessness. If you want to learn more about that, just check out the link in my bio or leave a comment that says oils and check out my website and I can help you out with that. But just remember that attractiveness is more about how you take care of yourself, how you perceive yourself, and that really relays out to the rest of the world. And believe me, there are men out there who will see you for more than just exactly how your body is shaped and will respond to who you really are. So take good care of yourself and treat yourself well. And when you find that special person, take good care of him too. And you don't have to let any of those ideas get in your way.